Preparatory work. The installation site should be free from dust, keep dry and ventilated. Check whether installation tours are complete. Check whether materials and lists are complete. Straighten and sew both ends of the two cables to be connected. Stripping. Stripping follow with the dimensions of the installation instructions. Strip off the outer sheath, long end 1000 mm, short end 800 mm. Leave 30 mm the rest of the steel armor at each end. Leave 80 mm the rest of the inner sheath at each end. Remove the filler spare. Three-phase separation with PVC wrapping each copper shielded end. After measuring the length of A plus 50 mm, close up form A, mark it with PVC tape. Strip off the copper shielding. Peel and cut the semiconductive layer according to the length of the installation instructions. Figure 1A. Be careful not to hurt the insulation layer when peeling and cutting the semiconductive layer. The end of the semiconductive layer is chamfered with a tool to make a smooth transition between the semiconductive layer and the insulating layer. Sand the surface of the insulation layer. Be careful not to sand to semiconductive layer. Polish the surface of the remaining steel armor and clean the outer sheath. Polish the outer sheath and inner sheath. At 3 mm to half length of connecting tube and cut off insulation. Insert the copper mesh into the short end of the open strip and insert the cold shrink joint body into the long end of the open strip in the joint direction, marked in Figure 2. Install the connecting tube. Insert the connecting tube and crimp it. Crimp it to both sides according to the middle of the connecting tube. After crimping, file the corners and burrs on the connecting tube and clean the connecting tube. Measure the dimensions between the insulation ports. Find the center point and measure 300 mm from the center point to the shorter end of the stripping to locate the calibration point and mark it. Install the cold shrink body. Clean the surface of the insulating layer with cleaning paper. Allow the cleaner to dry and then apply the silicone paste evenly. Measure 50 mm from the cut of the semiconductive layer to make a mark for the shrinkage of the main body. Align the body joint with the shrinkage point. Remove the support strip to shrink the body. And immediately calibrate the distance between the center point of the body joint and the size checkpoint when the joint shrinks by more than 50%. Wipe away silicone grease overflow from remaining ends. Wrap waterproof tape around the semiconductive layer at both ends of the center connector after sanding and cleaning it with fine sandpaper. Pull back the copper mesh to fit completely over the body of the mounted fitting. Secure the ground wire to the copper shield with a constant force spring along with the copper mesh and wrap PVC tape around the constant force spring. Waterproof and sealing. The three faces are organized side by side. The filler is restored, secured with PVC tape, and wrapped around the hole in a half-lap fashion with white PVC tape. Connect the steel armor at both ends of the cable with a grounding wire and secure it with a constant force spring and wrap PVC tape around the constant force spring. Wrap filler around the outer sheath of the cable and the constant force spring to fill the gap. Wrap the waterproof tape around both ends of the outer sheath of the cable. Wrap around filler tape between the black waterproof tape in a half-lap way around the packaged 2 layers of filler tape, the thickness about 4 millimeters, during the wrapping process along the winding direction. Keep tightening the wrapped filler tape by hand to achieve the purpose of moderately tightening the filler tape. Handling of injection nozzles. As shown in the figure, place a nozzle at a distance of about 500 millimeters from both ends of the black blocking tape. The nozzle wand should be at the center of the joint. The nozzle wand should be at the highest position, and at the same time wrap 2 layers of transparent sealing tape in the order shown in the figure, 50% overlap. The nozzles should be carefully crossed and overlapped to avoid leakage of glue during the injection process. Outside the transparent sealing tape, wrap another layer of fiber reinforcing tape, 50% lap, as shown in the above figure. After the wrap is completed, within the end of the position of each 10 millimeters, cut an air vent. Glue injection procedure. Screw the plastic injection spiral bag and install it on the plastic injection nozzle. Figure 1. Withdraw the separator clip of the 2-component epoxy resin and mix the 2-component resin well. Then open the resin plastic bag and put the plastic bag together with the resin into the injection bag. Figure 2. Using a glue injection tool, clamp the glue injection bag containing the resin. Figure 3. Hold the injection tool in your hand and rotate the handle to squeeze the resin in the injection bag into the cavity. Figure 4. At the initial injection nozzle, after filling its proximal cavity, remove the injection bag and repeat the above operation at another injection nozzle to start injecting glue. Figure 5. Determine that another bag of epoxy resin needs to be activated before turning on a new bag of resin. It is recommended to start injecting glue from the injection nozzle 1 until the resin flows into the injection nozzle 2, and then start injecting glue at the injection nozzle 2 until there is resin overflow from the exhaust hole at the far end from its injection nozzle. Figure 5. If blistering is found after the injection is complete, the air can be removed by piercing the layer of sealant tape with a sharp object and then resealing it with the remaining sealant tape. Figure 5. A small amount of resin spillage is allowed in order to expel air. Remove foaming. After confirming that the injection is complete, seal the air hose at both ends with sealing tape. It takes about 2 hours for the resin to solidify before the center joint can be moved. Installation finish. Clean up the site. Thanks for watching.